Hi, I'm Louie. You can call me Louie Talents by short, but this is actually my work in About Face exhibit. This is actually a 40-day diary. My work is about transforming biblical passages into diary entries. So I use diary as an art form, only that the content will emerge out of my intervention from diary. So this is actually a 40-day process, and I called it 40 Days in Paris. And on this side, actually, you will see also the Bibles, which I got from Europe. This Bible connotes some key cities in Europe. For example, this one, this is a Bible that I get from Venice. Um, so the idea there is actually to make the Bible into a diary. So the work is actually playing between what is sacred and what is ordinary. Also, I use the Bible because in my upbringing, in my growing years, I spent 17 years in a Catholic university, from kinder to my first degree. And it so happened that I would say that the Bible is part of my growing years, and I'm intimately familiar with it. So given this kind of intervention, I totally changed the Bible from a general book into something very personal.
What about Rizal? What's a
Well, that's a
connection
good
with
question.
Rizal?
The logic of association with my work with Rizal is actually that these Bibles now have a strong sense of character that sometimes they would call it blasphemous. So in accordance with Rizal's work, the Noli Me Tangere, during those times it was also considered and rejected at the time, and eventually became one part of a special book in history. So maybe for now this can be rejected by people who are not willing enough to listen to the process, but hopefully it would be something that will have um, a sense of um, I mean, adore to talk about the idea of what is sacred and what is ordinary, and what is institutionally prescribed, and the idea of individuality.
Did you pick particular letters of Rizal in the library, or how was your process?
Yes, in the progress of this installation called Playing with Matchstick, I was also given a chance to research about his works, and I chose all those letters which have association with my diary entries in Paris. One of them is I wrote one of piece in my diary entries that I was broke, and I was so happy that I found the very letter of Rizal when he mentioned that he was also broke. So this is actually one letter. It's from Psalm 76. It says there that it's broke. I was broke because Paris was really expensive, but it was really a part of a character building at the same time as a part of my journey.
And,
So,
and then the video, what does the video represent?
well,
Unfortunately, there's no video now.
well, at this very moment, you will hear the music. It is actually composed by myself in a repetitive mode. The idea there is to translate this kind of approach. My method actually is a meditative approach, at the same time a childhood penchant of doing what I used to do before. And hearing the music now is actually the very same idea of repetition, meditative approach also. So if you hear the music, you would say that part of the music entails how I felt at that very moment. And then as you go along, you will feel the relief of the music, in which when I found the word, I would felt relief. So in the process also, in which you're about to see right now, is actually a video, because this is actually transforming this kind of work into a digital form. So basically, I call it a diary film. So what you have now will be the video.
And the video is not yet coming out. Okay. And why did you put the walls like this? It's representing the birth or the
Yeah, basically, what you just heard is actually heard a sound of a matchstick, because I call this installation Playing with Matchsticks. It's where the idea is, and you will see how I do the process in my studio in Paris. Oh, regarding this work, this I call it diary film. Uh, in most cases, people would eventually write in comfortable approach, but in my process, I think more often when I am in between travels. When I was in Europe, I was traveling both by plane and by train. But it always come to a point when I travel through train, these ideas came up every time I would open the book randomly. So in between travels, I came up with these kinds of approach.
Is this your first exhibition for Matchstick, for playing with Matchstick?
Yes, this is actually one of my first. This is the first time to showcase this kind of work. These are also my daily route in going to my studio, to my place in Paris.
Do you live in Manila or in Paris?
For the moment, I'm still changing from one place to another, so I don't have different location.
Thank you.